Because like I think he's like the stuff he's I love his content. I don't know how he
I watched it, yeah. I believed him. I thought, listen, I don't know how it turned against him all of a sudden.
It's like that, and like the Liam stuff as well. I don't know if you've seen that.
Liam in all my days, I was enjoyed it.
Same year. That video made me like cry.
You've trained, haven't you, for it?
Do you think someone actually that famous to go
Lift
for
weights.
something like that? The worst part is the people just forgot about it like that. One side of them, one side, because people are big one direction.
Have you got a good gym setup at home?
I wasn't like that much of a fan beforehand, but just like on a human level, so it's crazy.
Yeah, there's a snap I learned that I know snap.
Choose really videos, said the reason what pushed him over.
I've got a little space in mind.
Yeah.
I owned the old gym for 12 years and I really messed that up. Maybe one day I will go back to it.
The girlfriend was pushing on with that, and everyone was saying that Liam wasn't wrong for what he did to her.
Even to open a small space, you're looking at least 50.
Julia was saying that might have pushed him over the edge.
Yeah, I like his content.
In the current house, I couldn't really train people in there. Well, I could, but I'd have to empty the garage. Like, make it the whole thing. Whereas in the next house, we want to have a training space. Small group, but also one-to-one.
It's like the stuff we do, like the type of field stuff we do as well. It's like
You could fit easy fit 4 to 6 people training. Plus, it's also really. I am a people person. You have, especially with females as well, isn't it? Like people want to feel not too much on top of each other. But yeah, the next house is going to have a nice big space. Okay. Years, we collect how many? I used to buy when a big consume where you don't consume there. And I know they do one which is low there. You don't actually. It's a way. It's way, isn't it? But it's got no lactose in it. I know you have to do that. Are these still the same branding, like black and silver?
I think they've just changed it a little.
So where are they based?
Brighton.
Okay.
That's why we're looking to work.
Yeah, it's not too far. Brighton's amazing, isn't it? Like, really?
Yeah, Brighton's.
Oh.
Yeah.
We live by the sea, like, not too, like, we're like getting close, we're like, we can see from where we live the sea. We're like 15 minutes from the closest beach. We're like, we're going to move to like, that's like, right by.
I just like, to be fair, even with stories that I'm the same, I just like post and I don't even like half them on and check because I don't really want to know sometimes like who's watching it.
I'm allowed to have a day off tonight to take breaks. Especially for thinking about consistent.
We'll fix it. What I was thinking of was do like till about 12, half 12, and we could shoot for if Tampa knows any food places or like lunch or something like that.
Nachos?
Yeah, can't go wrong.
And then shoot back off.
Is
Cool.
the food places around here?
You guys have suggestions? Those places, Italian.
I'm happy with that, though.
Cool. Let's. So like I know we talked a little bit about like stories already and like Instagram stories and pivots, and I think the next part of this is literally Instagram stories. Already and actually like frameworks to this. With stories on Instagram and like posting content, like a lot of this is going to be much more towards actually getting people into DMs and actually get people into having a conversation on stories to be the biggest thing. Like your main content in my opinion would be there to actually get like people like watching your stuff and people know who you are and like how things work. And this would be much more about like your day to day and like how the battle works and like and like we'll go through some mindset stuff as well. But a lot, like I know Louise is watching this thinking like my day to day is really boring. Like what am I going to talk about? But a lot of this is just like people just want to know, like build a bit of know, like, and trust more than anything, and I'll run through exactly what that actually looks like as well. In the next thing, so like I've touched on this already, but the biggest things in my opinion is always are there to do is again 3 things. Number 1 is to create trust. If people know who you are, for example, like Layla, like your classes, people know who you are, and they build a lot of trust. The Instagram stories would literally be there to do exactly the same thing. Like you're just there being a real person, being genuine, and it will help move things forward a lot more. It's literally just that what Instagram stories are there to do. It show that you're a real person, you coach people, you work with people, you have a real life, you're inspirational. It's not you making things up, it's just you being you and you being your true self, and that'll be the biggest thing. So with trust, it will start conversations, like you talking about stuff you're getting up to and you kind of talking about like the movies you watch, Netflix, traveling, like all of these stuff will start conversations and get people replying. Even if it doesn't get people replying, what would probably end up happening is like if you have a conversation with someone in messages over a long enough period, people will be like, oh, I see that you did this thing recently, I see that you did this like event in London, I see that you went traveling, I see that you do all those things. It's a bit more of a quicker conversation, especially when there's so many people out there competing for getting your stuff. So like it will start conversations and move things forward. Like people ask about, like even here people ask about my flight, like we had this conversation about my flight, about like tattoo, people are just replying to random stuff. So like a lot of the time it'll just move conversation on, it'll be very human. And then the third thing Instagram stories will do is we'll sell your coaching. Like
do you know starting conversations? I notice when I do my stories, it's my own clients that are talking to me, and I know that's nice, but I'm already talking to them. I want different people to talk to me.
Yeah. Like, could you, in a nice way, could you say to clients?
Don't respond.
Could you say,
no,
"Oh, we're
don't
gonna"?
mind them responding, but I'm saying when people are starting conversations from stories, it's usually clients I've already got.
It does boost it though, doesn't it? It'll put you up the algorithm.
You are sorry.
Yeah, if they reply.
If they reply and it puts you up the algorithm.
Does it?
Yeah.
No, I don't mind them replying. I'm not saying I don't want the right to talk to me. I'm saying when it's starting conversations with people I've already got.
Coaching.
I want, new conversations.
Yeah. Do you try and ask, Bella? Do you try and do like the polls, the question boxes?
Yeah, but I overthink about it, so it's like very, very rare I do that.
How does the stories get out there then if you're not putting
Just goes out to the
without it being your followers? Does your stories?
No, it's only within your followers, not actual random people.
How come I have random people?
So
as
do
well?
I.
Who went to your page?
Yeah.
I get that as
Maybe
well.
they've just stalked you.
I get that as well.
They do what?
Who just go on your page?
What for?
Why on my page?
It's
But that's a good way to start a
like another
conversation.
mindset block for Louise more than anything.
That's a good way to start a conversation.
Who are you? What are you doing? Watching my stories?
Just out of curiosity, why did you follow my page?
Or like a good example for yours when you do the classes, you can literally take a photo of like your gym class, and like because obviously most women hate doing split squats or burpees.
Yes.
You can literally put in a poll. Will there be burpees today? Yes or no? Likely you're gonna get everyone to put like hopefully not. You can start a conversation from that. For yours, like I said, it can literally be like the gym, like today, who's training today. That's so fucking
I
simple.
do that every single time now.
And-
That's all I've got.
But it can
Be
be,
training day, rest day, all that.
or like your blueberries right now.
Mm.
Would you prefer sweet or sour?
Mm.
I prefer sour.
Post on your stories.
Make a conversation out of that and just transition from that to nutrition to something else.
Pepsi Max Cherry, or
Yeah, Pepsi, yeah. What's better, Coke or Pepsi?
Yeah.
take a picture of that and be
I
like,
just say sweet or
Shall
sour.
I?
Yeah, and put something controversial at the bottom. By the way, Coke's crap. It will get people triggered and start a conversation. But that if you don't like Coke, fine. But it gets people engaged. Like,
Right.
oh, actually, yeah.
I put one up at Christmas and I just I wasn't gonna cook sweet corn for Christmas dinner. I put, can sweet corn go on your Christmas dinner, and took a picture of
Not
sweet
really,
corn
but yeah.
with me like prepping all the veg. It went bananas. Like I got. So I was prepping all the veg on Christmas Eve, like all the potatoes, sprouts. Last year, and not already.
That's why I got confused.
And I got sweet corn out of the fridge and put it on. Took a picture. I literally just thought it like, I'll just try this, and it went bananas. Like hundreds of comments of like, "What, are you mad?" Like, or yeah, it actually goes. Like, who has sweet corn with the Christmas dinner? It went crazy, and then you just spark conversation from there.
Yeah.
But I find if you're trying to get if you're trying to go like get lots of conversation, be controversial, sometimes it does the opposite.
Yeah.
So if it's like, I think Simon probably like, I don't know if he did it on purpose.
I didn't do it on purpose. I just thought I'll try it, and it went mad. It's just like one of the most interactive things I've done.
You know what to do this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it again this year.
And I find like the thing is like Louis as well, like it doesn't necessarily mean like it'll start a conversation, people replying. What you might find is if you message like a new follower, then it might just be like, oh, by the way, I see that you did this. It keeps the conversation a bit more like open, and it also like a bit more of a trust element there as well. And then the third thing I would say, like in general with stories, is probably like the biggest is selling your coaching and getting people again replying to stuff. Like the content would be building so much like know, like and trust, again, lots of people seeing your stuff. If you're strategic with how you do your kind of call to actions, your polls, your stories, like the Black Friday one, for example, it's going to get people moving forward, and it's going to get people into the loop, like your anti-Black Friday stuff that you are. Yeah.
I didn't do
Are you doing like a Black Friday today or?
I didn't even realise that like Black Friday that this event was on, to be fair.
That's funny.
What's that?
I find like because it's so like because everyone's done it 2-3 weeks early, it's probably like a bit of a buzzkill now. Personally.
Yeah.
That'd be a
Black
good
Friday,
story.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Lots of coaches have done it, so
I know they
I've done
have.
an anti-one and you didn't even know that. Right?
Like I was like, timing wise, probably not the best to do this event on a Black Friday.
We could be buying stuff right now. Shopping.
What does the anti-one like involve?
Yeah.
Basically, not doing it.
Oh.
And you can
So that's
maybe put a
something
price
better
rise in
than
January.
Which I have.
When's
Yeah.
the next one?
I'm gonna steal
Next
that
one.
No.
because I
so
haven't
good.
done Black Friday either.
Oh, for next year.
Oh no, I'm not doing Black Friday next year, right?
Oh, okay. I probably would do it.
No, I'm not.
So you put anti-Black
I
Friday.
got bored of looking at other coaches Black Friday,
So
so,
do
I
I.
don't want to fill in. I don't
Yeah.
want to be in one now.
Yeah.
So different. I'm actually bored of seeing Black Friday after.
But that's what happens with everything, is like it works the first time round.
Yeah.
Like probably, like I think when Reese did it like 2-3 years ago, remember like it worked really well, and I think the more people do the exact same thing year
I think the
after year.
scholarship ones, yeah. I think it depends on which one you do, because you've got a scholarship where you're obviously given money that's going towards the coaching, or there's actually like within that fund you've got what's called bundles that you're getting. I feel like doing the bundles one that is better, because the likely people, because there's so much value, so much things, as well as obviously getting the transformation,
Yeah.
people more willing to buy, because people do have money.
But I'd rather just not do it on Black Friday and just say I've got something in it. So then I just filter it. I don't want to filter it.
You could call it fuck Black Friday.
I've done an anti-one today. And then I'm
The
going to do it next
prices are going up in January. Grab it before the prices go up. I don't offer discounts, like something like that.
Mm.
Yeah. You got to remember, people have been paid today as well. There's cash in the bank. People want to spend.
So I even
money.
say we're going to try and get a cruise 2 days ago. It's like people have money for it.
People have
It's
money.
what they want to spend on. That's the question.
Am I allowed to ask you what you sort of charge clients online, or is that a bit rude?
Yeah.
Go for
I
it.
don't know what the.
For me, I charge simple 997 for 4 months. So $1,000 for 4 months, or $250 per month.
Okay. And what does that include?
So curry meal plan, right?
I was thinking the actual fucking colours. Isn't that the actual brand? Nice place.
So we help them lose weight with curry, because I've got an Asian niche.
Yeah.
Training plan, whether that's home or gym. Home workout equipment for £50. So I put that on the actual coaching program.
What do you give them then?
Dumbbells, rubber bands, workout mat.
What, you have that sent to them? Okay.
It's like a welcome pack. When they come on board, they get this nice little.
Do that with everyone, yeah?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah, just what on Amazon, that's it, just what you order it on.
So Amazon Prime, I've
Yeah.
got that. Get sent direct to them. They get a personal message in the box. They get all these equipment. Many is a dumbbell, bands.
Yeah.
You know those ones that they attach to the door.
Yeah.
Those ones. Water bottle, that's branded.
Yeah.
T-shirt.
That's all from Amazon, branded.
No, it's
I was
separate.
going to say.
Yeah, I kind of like added in.
Cost you 50 quid.
Yeah.
So do you order it first and then it comes to you and then you send it?
T-shirts and bottle are with me, but the dumbbells and the rubber bands are from Amazon. Right. So
So you send that. What else then?
basically a notepad and book, right? And when they get it, that's the big thing. It's because they share it on their Instagram, and that's where I get like the engagement and the fact that like their friends and family see it and they're loving it. They're like, "Ooh, who's this guy? What's this?" Creates a bit of like
So what? And then you do like weekly check-ins and
Yeah.
all of that stuff as well.
weekly check-ins, right? Group community,
Yeah.
progress updates, challenges. We just
Yeah.
done like a step challenge the other day,
Okay.
so a lot of people got involved in that. We hit like 1 million steps in a week. It's crazy.
Still varies with everyone's prices, what they
Yeah.
charge.
I think so. I charge 200 a month for one-to-one
Yeah.
and 99 for group. Like I think that's just the standard price now. Like everyone charges
Okay.
like 200 a month for one-to-one, if not more.
I'm all different. I just keep charging everyone all different stuff.
It depends on what you feel comfortable charging. That's it.
Mm.
I'm not comfortable.
Do you feel like it's your how much can I ask how much you charge?
For online
Yeah.
coaching, well, I haven't got many
Well, like,
clients
let's just-
online, but I've bet it from around £100.
Okay. And do you feel like your coaching, along with the service and the results that you get, do you feel it's worth more?
I think I could be doing better with what I can offer them, and that's why I'm here. Really.
Because it doesn't matter if you're, because like, let's say if you're my client, you don't know what to expect. This is going to be completely
Yeah.
new to you.
Yeah.
What you're coming is for the result. And do you feel like the results that you're getting at the moment is worth more than 100 quid if it is, then I'll charge more. That's what I would say. But it's a mindset thing as well.
Yeah.
But that's obviously ingrained obviously with our family and stuff like that. But also we have to work around that. So
And are you all like weekly check-ins? That whole like, because that's where I'm falling down quite a bit. Whenever I do have any ladies, I just end up just doing them a program and saying, "Oh, just I'll just charge you that, and then you can have access to the app." But we just don't do weekly check-ins.
it depends on the person.
It's-
And it depends on what you
because
want.
A lot of them that I've had, the ladies like, oh, they just don't always. They kind of drop off. They don't want to do those weekly check-ins because they've
Do
lost.
bi-weekly.
Yeah, because they've lost that kind
Have
of
they asked why?
motivation to.
Have they asked why they fall off? Or
Yeah, again, because I'm only new to the online. This is just talking literally.
so I would set boundaries. So like have a specific day and a specific time frame. Like by 5:30 at Friday,
Yeah,
do weekly reviews. And there's different ways in how you can do it. Some people do text message or voice notes or a Loom video, basically a recording.
I know I did do that, but it was costing me more money and not having enough clients. It was a bit like
The Loom
yeah,
one
it
is
was
for
just-
free. It's for
Okay.
free until there is obviously a certain amount. I think it's like after 60 minutes.
Yeah, it's like 5 minute recording.
Yeah, yeah. Which is not, like you don't have to be in depth.
Yeah.
It's like break down things that's.
So do you
struggle.
all think Loom works best?
It depends. I'd give the three options.
Yeah,
What they want.
I do both. Loom and a voice note or a voice note.
Okay.
Because if you've got a busy mum, she won't have 5 minutes to watch a video.
Yeah.
She may want a text message. So
Okay.
give them the option.
Yes.
It's the ideal for her. That's
okay.
what I would do.
Okay.
A lot of them prefer the voice note.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
them do. Saves you a ton of time.
Yeah.
A lot.
And fuck videos.
I mean, I don't think it matters. I think it's just dependent on the person. The most recent thing mentoring things I did, all I paid like stupid amounts of money for was like access to WhatsApp and Telegram channel, so I could just voice note him whenever, and I get feedback back with a voice note. Like that was literally it. And it's like literally some of the times you just pay for it. Like, a lot of the time you just pay for the result.
Yeah. And that's what it is.
Yeah, we don't care how it's done.
Do you use Telegram?
He did. So his channel was through Telegram. So it's like you can do a call with me whenever. You can just WhatsApp me or Telegram me whenever. So it's literally as simple as that. And it's like
What was this? You paying for?
Yeah, like it was like a very high ticket mental health program from someone else. So it was like
What,
that was
one
kind of
Charlie?
yeah.
And it was Telegram.
Yeah, literally back and forth with Telegram, like just voice note or message, whatever. He'll voice note back. To be fair, like he voices it back really quickly, like within 5-10 minutes. I don't know how he did it. So,
I was with the mentorship I was with, you're not even allowed to voice note them. You
Who did you have?
We had Signal, and you was only allowed to text them only. And if you voice noted them, they'd text you back and say, no, put it back in the box. I don't
Someone
reply
said that
to this.
So Steamographer, I did like his
I
mentorship.
liked it as well.
Yeah, but Lewis was my coach, and he'd voice note me and say no voice notes back, and I'd be like, come on,
So you have to
Lewis.
sign a consent form to say you will not send voice notes.
I was
if
like,
you do
and
know.
I used to joke with him, going, just about to send you a voice note, and he wouldn't, he was like, he just like, no voice notes.
You going to his recent webinar?
I'm on his school thing.
Oh yeah, because he said that recently as well. I was like, yeah, that's
you did it on that webinar, didn't you?
Yeah, that was. It's like, I swear someone said that recently.
It was like you can't listen to it on 2x speed or like stuff like that. So it's actually a really interesting perspective. Like what he said, Lewis, was like he did a webinar for clients. Like I think like he said like if you listen to a voice note 2x speed, you lose a lot of the content.
It was him, Lewis said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
So it could be like ever since I'm like no more 2x.
Wait, say that again? What's
So you know when you're in a voice note,
Yeah.
if you're super busy, you're probably going to put it like fast speed,
Oh, yeah.
which makes sense. But then
Yeah.
again, like you get the tonality, and when you write certain things, it can misinterpret for someone else. I feel like voice notes are good.
I didn't even know you could speed it up.
Yeah, I do a lot.
So proper.
Yeah, but my clients like send like 10-minute voice notes.
Yeah.
down, so
Oh,
I
you
have
do,
to-
yeah.
And then this
That's
is really
nice.
bad. One of my clients told me her uncle died in the middle of it, and because it was such a jam packed with lots of other stuff, I'd forgotten. And then that's how. So I've had to tell them all. You can send me a voice note, but you can please
Condense it.
If you there's 30 odd of you, like imagine if you're all sending me, it's going to take me how long just to reply back to your messages?
Do you ever set a time when they can contact you and when not to?
No, because then I'll just switch that phone numbers.
I will still do it though,
I need
because it
to
sets
do
boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put like
Nice.
6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock. Don't talk. That's when you can talk
Yeah, but
afterwards.
then if I don't reply back, they're going to expect me to.
No,
reply
but-
back.
Yeah.
No, but at least say no. Like they can still message you afterwards, but you're not
Yeah.
gonna get back until the next day.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
And I need to take a day off and let them not contact me on a weekend.
Oh, but I'm thinking, who sends a 10-minute voice note?
My client does.
They love
She
speaking
does.
to
She likes to
you.
ramble.
Must be when they're driving or something, they're
Yeah.
just chatting.
But then you're thinking, like, do they actually value the coach's time?
No, I think
What
it's
are you
just like
thinking?
a thing, like you just because I think it's also like the relationship because they're so used
Yeah.
to having a conversation with you. It just feels like it's a normal thing for them.
I think clients, I'm the sort that will get a client that literally just starts sharing home interiors and
That's good though.
clothes and I think, yeah, great, this is, like, she's already messaged me now because she's fallen pregnant, so she's telling me what size her baby is at the moment.
The thing is, you want to make sure is that it doesn't come too much of a friendship because at the end of the day, they're still getting paid for your service. So it's just finding that middle ground. That's what we do.
Yeah. And just quickly as well, do you guys all send out type form?
No, I don't.
Right, so what do I do when it comes
Type
to
form
getting
is
the
one of them.
feedback?
So it's there's type form.
I
Yeah.
use Jot
Oh, you
form.
pay for it, don't you still?
Yeah.
A certain amount.
Yeah, type
30
form.
responses.
So
Google's-
Jot form.
Jot.
JOT form.
Yeah.
Or Google Sheets.
Google Sheets.
Wisp form is a good, cheap alternative to type form.
Yeah.
Which one?
Wisp form.
What's it called? Wiz.
Wisp.
Wisp.
Wiz.
So WISP. Wisp form.
And the
Okay.
Google one's free.
Exact same
Sorry?
thing as
The
type
Google
form.
one's free.
Yeah,
Okay.
exact same
Sorry.
thing, cheap, $10
So
So I
a
just
month.
create it myself on Google
Yeah.
Unlimited
Sheets. Yeah.
responses, fantastic.
Google Forms fine.
Yeah.
Just got to find the right questions.
There is like for your specific niche.
Yeah.
Obviously not period yet, but
They're not all Midland. This
Yeah.
isn't this.
Also, I'd have like
I'm
the-
very still. I would say they're still very much more like 30s.
okay. So
ladies.
I'd have
I'm not-
obviously when they're on the cycle, when they're due. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's going to
yeah,
help you massively.
Yeah.
Obviously, within that 7-day period, you already know what's to expect, so it's giving that reassurance. I'd
Yeah.
have
It's like a bit more hormones.
yeah. So I'd have that question,
Yeah.
but you can also take it out as well. So for example, if you've got any social events, any
Yes.
Christmases, parties and stuff like, you
Yeah.
can add that. So this way you can plan in advance, and obviously once those occasions done, you can also take a question out.
Okay. Yeah.
So it doesn't. There's no right wrong. It's
Yeah.
what you need to know to make sure that
Yeah.
progress is easier.
Yeah. Just work out. Like, yeah. No, I can do that.
And
What?
then,
One little tip
Yeah.
for the group is that when you call it a check-in, right?
I don't call that.
Yeah.
Weekly review.
Neither do I. Like, I've
Okay.
noticed when I changed it from check-in to progress report,
It sounds better.
it sounds best, but more people fill it in, surprisingly. So I was like, whoa. I went from 50% down to
What
up to,
did you say you called it?
you just call it just something else, progress report. And they all fill it in on Sunday evening, Sunday night. I'm getting a lot more responses. I'm like, wow. The mind frame changes. You can call it whatever you want. Progress report, win report, I don't know.
Yeah, and how you want to word it is different. Like this basically to understand what's gone well, what needs to bring in exactly what I need to do to make sure we're making progress. Rather than like,
Get them to reflect it.
Yeah.
Like, on what the mindset, budget, image.
Mindset report.
It's quite hard work with some like coaching stuff, isn't it?
And then the last thing I thought was really cool with voice notes, like I had someone do this to me, it's like he labelled it as like the elite mindset characteristics or something crazy. It was like I do not allow myself to send any longer than a minute voice note because that's the personality of like an elite sports people. So he would coach like sports people, like footballers and stuff. And it's like that's how he labelled it. But to be fair, he can even label the same. He said like all my best clients send up to a minute long voice note, 2 minute long voice notes. It could get people to think, oh, I need to condense it. So it's actually more specific. And Louise actually gets what I want. Like Louise actually gets the information across rather than 10 minutes, and she misses the important stuff. Could be worth doing. Back to these stories, I think the biggest thing would be like selling your coaching as well and actually moving that forward. And that's pretty much covered. I have like a few cool ones here. But in terms of actually structuring your stories, I think I spoke to like Louise a little bit. She has like a checklist of stuff to do for stories. You can do something similar for how to actually structure in some stories, in my opinion. Like the first thing I look at is just mapping out what your actual day looks like. Tammy, I know you wake up super late, like or you start later, but you finish super late as well, like 11, 12 at night. So like your work is very, like your schedule will be very different to Ruben, who starts much earlier, or like much earlier. So like stuff like that, I think it would be good to actually map it out and be like, when does my day actually start? What does my dream kind of day in general look like, Monday to Friday or Monday to Sunday, however you work. Once you have it mapped out, a very easy thing you can do is just like see that schedule and look at highlighting or circling or starring what are the most kind of like interesting or Instagram story-able things of your day. And so
Also write this out.
Yeah, like,
as in like when you planning your content, actually plan your stories.
yeah, you could
You
could literally go like start to finish, like what does my day look like, and then like what kind of stuff do I want to like add to my stories. Like it's a very easy thing that might give you a bit more structure. Like I know for me, I would forget to do stories. I'd forget to do all of this stuff. But it's not like something I really enjoy doing. I really enjoy people knowing everything about what I do. So if I just have the same like 3 to 5 bullet points in my note section or somewhere on my phone, and I'm like, I should be doing my stories today. What kind of stories do I need to be posting? I can always come back to this 3 to 5 bullet point and be like, have I done this? And actually for me it's quite a therapeutic thing as well, because it means I don't bury myself in just working 24/7, because I end up doing that. I'm like, oh, did I go to the gym today? No, I should probably go and take a picture like for stories. Like for me, it's like it's given me a lot more structure for that, and it's made this a lot more consistent. It's made the conversations, the trust, a lot easier as well. And I've kind of covered this already, but then once you have this highlighted, it's super easy to just turn this into a daily story. Like you finishing a workout on the treadmill in the gym, and you literally just taking a picture of the treadmill would work for this. You walking the dogs, you going for your kids, or like you going to drop your kids off, that's all stories. You can just take a picture of it and do it. And what's really cool with that is it almost turns everything into your stories into a bit of a TV show. And I didn't really realize that, but these TV shows, or any of the big TV shows, any of the like really popular ones, it's pretty much the same thing every time. Like for the most part, within reason, it's like it's the same setting on Friends, the same sofa, the same coffee shop, the same Big Bang Theory like chair or the same living room. Nothing really, like the main things don't really change too much, and people like that. People like a sense of familiarity. So you saying, oh, I need to be doing something different, I need to be traveling, I need to be doing that. Like if it works for Friends and it works for the big, like any big TV show, you probably don't need to do that. So you probably just get away with, and it works better if you just document like your morning coffee or your morning gym session or whatever your schedule is. After a while, people would see that and be like, it's like a part of their day. It's a part of like a friend that they know they go to, that they work with, or the office. Like they always know, okay, Ruben always takes this picture in the morning. He always goes for a walk with his dogs. I know about his dog. I know that. I know all of his things. I know you travel. I know Louise is about to travel. Like it makes it a lot easier to get people behind the scenes. And then once you do that, it's also a lot easier then to put your sales stuff and your give or your ask stuff in there, like an advert of a TV show. Like you watch the advert of Friends back in the day when like there was adverts in between. Like you'd watch the advert because you know afterwards you get to watch the show again. You might buy something in between, so you could easily like space out. You can put like your anti-Black Friday thing in the middle. People will likely watch that because the next one after that is your normal like lifestyle and your normal stuff that they watch. So if you just make it more about just documenting what you do, like Gary Vee would say this, but if you just document what your day's like, it doesn't have to be a lot. It can literally be 3 to 5 stories. You know, you go to the gym at this time, I'll probably take a picture of it. I have my coffee, I go meet a client for work, like maybe I do that a few times a week. Like that kind of stuff is very easy to just have into a schedule and a routine that I think everyone does better. They have a fairly similar routine anyway. That, in my opinion, probably makes the biggest difference. That probably makes the biggest difference for stories and just keeping it relatable. Like you can do like one story call to action, but after a while, like it used to work really well, but like now everyone's like doing it, like it kind of drops away a little bit.
So out of those 3 to 5 stories, how would you put one poll maybe or one tap sticker? Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah, I would almost like play like push and pull a little bit if you feel like you've done a lot of direct ones. Like, you know, I'm looking for 5 people who've done a lot of these and they haven't done that well. You might want to soften the next ones up a little bit. You might want to go more like even a soft one could be I've put together this free lead magnet, or could be like what do you want to, what workouts are you training today? That could be a more direct one if the other ones haven't been performing anyway. You could technically still say that's a call to action for your coaching because you can message people to back with it. But at the same time, if you're posting a very direct one, you always get people reply, then you just keep running it and keep doing it, in my opinion.
yeah. What in terms of a soft and a hard call to action, would you say a hard call to action once a week maybe?
Yeah, you can literally have like a few times a week, even 2-3 times a week. You can go like, I'm looking for this amount of people, or I'm thinking about putting this lead magnet together, I'm thinking about putting this coaching offer up. Would you be interested? Could be a variation of that as well. I'm thinking of doing this, or I'm doing this, I have this free lead magnet, like different variations to that. I do like a lot of like long form videos and trainings. I just do that as still call to action, still moves people away from Instagram stories to DMs. Is what I'd say works well on that side of things, and it almost makes it much more like people know like that it's you. So you're probably gonna message them afterwards, or they know you message them, but they know more about you, and it makes it more relevant. If there's always like a direct call to action, it's like I'm looking for 5 people, and it's that every day. So while people probably use it, yeah. If you have a massive audience, you can probably keep pushing that. You probably get like that's probably why it works so well for Reese and like people with huge audiences. They can put one up every single day, reset after 24 hours. They have 100k followers. Like 1% of these people that message still be like a lot of coaching offers for that. If you're getting a lot of new followers and it works, you can do it. But if you make it more about like your story, who you are, and you just share that, it'd be massive, in my opinion.
I don't know who said this as well, but in regards to stories, because the reason why it's good as well is that people are nosy. They want to see your daily life because they think their life's boring. So that's why posting your own stuff is going to be good, so that way you can interact. And they're likely, if people like your stuff as well, like your stories, a lot heart thing, that's a way just to make a conversation.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong. People, like I said, people are nosy. They just want to see.
Because of someone likes your story, you make a conversation.
You can. Yeah, I do all the time.
Thanks for liking my story.
Yeah. I was like, or like, it doesn't have to be like
Well, it's
literally
the same people. People always say, I get the same people always asking me stuff as well.
all your clients or other people.
Other people, but I won't coach them. If that makes sense.
You wouldn't want to.
Mm.
Then
message,
I would leave it.
yeah.
I would leave it. If it's not someone you don't want to work with, then go on. I would leave it. But if it's someone who has liked it, you have to say like, oh, thanks for liking my photo, because it's quite direct. I'd be like, oh, do you have a dog as well? Because I post a lot of my dog. At least that way you can talk about conversation. It's about moving, about walking. Okay, that's about fitness related. And just slowly easing ourselves to where you want to be. There's no right. At the end of the day, if they've taken the time to like your stuff,
I don't
you can as well.
What did you say? I don't speak to people.
Almost treat it like a gym floor. Be like, oh, I see that we're connected. You don't have to say, I see you watch my stories. I see that we're connected. I see that we're friends on here. It might be a bit easier. Like I speak to coaches a lot, but like I see that we're friends on here. You know, like if it's like people like, oh, I see that we're following each other.
I hired a VA, didn't know how to do this for me, and it was just ridiculous.
Is there a fear of messaging, talking to people?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Okay.
So noted, not to message.
What's the fear about though?
No, I don't. I like speaking to people I know, but I just don't like speaking to people that I don't know.
Oh yeah, me too.
But is there a reason? Is there a reason behind it?
Because they're probably going to know that I'm being sleazy in salesy, which I don't feel like I am, but I do feel like them tactics are because I want them as a client eventually.
Then why don't you send voice notes? That way it's
Next
not.
time they're going to respond with a voice
No.
note. That's just fine.
Most a lot of time they don't.
No voice notes.
I'm
only allowed to send
I
them.
just don't like voice notes because I'm just going on for ages.
But keep it short.
I
That's
don't
why.
mind the short ones.
You
but-
keep it short because likely they won't do one back.
Yeah.
What do you
'Cause-
say in the voice note?
It could be literally anything. Like for example, I went to Disneyland recently.
Right,
It's
would you have for breakfast?
it could be as little as that. Like I don't like Yorkshire. Like let's say if it's Christmas, and someone liked it, it's like, oh, I think Yorkshire's disgusting. What do you think?
Oh.
It's a conversation, no?
Someone did tell me to do a voice note once, so I did it once, and they never replied.
Like
I
they're,
think
but that's fine. Like they might have been busy at the end of the day. You probably were free, but they might have forgotten and just resurfacing that conversation again.
Just send another one. Where are you?
Yeah, that's it.
You replied.
Yeah, but that's how it works because someone might not buy it into you now,
Yeah.
but it might in the future.
Yeah.
This is what I say to all my PT. It's just when you're doing it on social media, it's different.
I did a really long video the other day and realised it was my first video ever. It was so long. I was like, even I'm bored.
Of what though? Content.
Me talking in my log
Okay.
cabin about gym anxiety, but 2 people saved it.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
because
at
they
least
thought, okay, Layla, this is long. We're gonna save this one for later.
But if that you already know, if you're bored of it already, that means okay, we need to just change that to make it shorter.
Oh, it's my first video.
But yeah, but,
And
but it's a
told me I
learning
had to
process.
start speaking on video, so I was doing as I was told.
But at least you know it's a learning curve.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And I will probably go back on stories and go, I promise I'm not going to make it as long as last time. Get
And like-
yourself a coffee, because it's going to be long.
And it depends. Like everyone's gonna be completely different. Some people prefer the written version or talking. Like I know people shut off with mine because I speak too fast. That's why I just
You
write
do
mine.
speak quite I'm
Portuguese. That's why.
kind of going,
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think
I
it's normal to me because I speak fast. So that's
Yeah,
normal.
you don't speak fast.
Do you not think so?
No, I don't think so.
Everyone says I do.
no, I know. I don't
Yeah,
think
you
you do.
speak quite
Yeah.
fast.
I know I do.
I don't think
I
you
know.
do.
I think I probably went through like things like you'd be super fast as well.
Yeah, at the start, it's like,
Yeah.
what's he saying? But that's why you just need to
Yeah.
slow down.
Yeah,
Just take it easy.
I'm quite like
Chill,
that though.
mellow. So that's what I would do.
Just fine. Don't worry about paying me either. I go like, yeah, it's fine.
But then like one thing with the stories and like the messaging and like that is like if you get, in my opinion, if you get rejected like 100, if 100 people don't respond, but one person ends up like coming here or me being able to help them in some kind of way, like it's worth it. I'll probably like do it 1,000 times. Like it's like what's the price you pay to get one client and help one person? Like stuff like this in person, speaking to people is like the stuff I enjoy most. If it means 100 people say no, or if someone swears at me, like I'd pay that price because it means that I can help like some kind of like I can help someone at the end of it. No, but I mean like in general, like it's like that anxiety, isn't it? Sometimes
Yeah.
it's like,
It's the way.
yeah, it's
You
like
do
if someone
get like,
blocks
you do,
Yeah.
not swear, but you do get the odd bad response. You just brush it off, don't you?
Yeah, I had a VA. She sent a message saying, presume you like-minded 30-year-olds, and she sent a message. Thanks for saying. My VA sent her a message saying like-minded 30-year-olds because we're in our 30s. She went, how can you presume I'm in my 30s? I'm only 23 or something. I was like, you can't say no.
Yeah, never bring back ages.
That would be like me with midlife women. If you're in your late 40s. Yeah.
It's like that bit of gradually pushing yourself out of your comfort zone of messaging, I think.
Yeah.
And good thing as well, like I spoke to Barry yesterday, and I did a post yesterday, and this was actually a year old. I reposted it again, and I didn't think there was nothing to it. And he actually voice noted me saying that actually what I wrote was actually fucking good because it was relatable. It was pain points for my clients as well and potential clients. And there's something that I felt, it was nothing, but for someone else it's actually something. So that's how you want to think of it. It may not be something big for you now, but for someone it can connect.
Mm.
So
Yeah. Did you say Barry?
yeah, some guy I know, and he's like, how many
Yeah,
followers
he's
does
doing really well.
how many followers does this guy have?
A lot.
Who is Barry?
Where is he? He's like from Ireland.
Yeah. And it's like the little things like Layla said as well, like 2 people have saved that post. If you had that 2 people in real life, it's a lot. So it's
And
like
then my
one
mum
person.
shared it for me on Facebook.
Yeah, it's like one.
My nan does
Yeah,
that.
so actually a lot. Like 10 people to like it's a lot. But you need one to jump on anything.
That's Barry, 146k. Some guy from Ireland. We
He
never know.
reminds me of Sean Casey.
Yeah, they're friends as well.
Okay, I think this is
that the top one?
the last
No, Barry.
thing before
Oh
we
yeah,
from,
Barry
um,
Potts.
from Steve.
Yeah. Last thing is before we shoot, so I think it could be a really cool way to wrap up before we grab some lunch. And then after there was some messaging, mindset around messaging, booking calls. We'll go through that after lunch, and I think it'd be really cool, like actually like leeway into messaging and how to speak to people
Yeah,
in
that would be
DMs.
really useful.
But the last thing here for now is be more like actual boosted content to grow. Like I wasn't sure who needed it and if it was something to cover, but it's a cool thing to go through. Like in my opinion, boosted content, putting money behind reels and like all of this stuff to grow on Instagram. Like when to do it, or when should you boost content, when should you run ads, is what I think. You should do it when things are already working well. Like if things aren't working and like you're not getting any calls booked in, you're not getting any clients, there could be so many things that are already not working, so it doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't make sense to put money behind it, because it could be the content, it could be your messaging, it could be you actually being on a sales call that's broken. So why would you put money when the rest of it's not working? So I'd get things working well, get things like profitable, and then at that point it's easier to get people onto the Instagram by putting some money down. So yeah, you're already signing up clients, you already have like your normal messaging, your normal content working, you're gaining followers, it makes sense. And you need more leads. Like everyone needs more leads, but if you have the back end works, it can make sense to actually boost some content, put £4, £5 down a day, and you get some followers off the back of it that you can message. I know we've gone through it with like Ruben and Jalik in a little bit, but what I would say for boosting content through Instagram to get followers would be a few things that we'll blitz through. Number 1 would be to know what content to boost on Instagram to get more followers, get more views, attention. Would be to just head over to your insights on Instagram. So the 3 lines on Instagram. You can go to your it will literally say insights, I believe. Once you've done that, you can go and find out what are your most saved and your best performing content on there already. So like you filter like last 90 days or last 3 months and go to insights and do most saved. In my opinion, and this would be really cool for everyone to actually see what content works for them, but in my opinion the biggest like bit of intent content is like people saving it, because if people save it, they've chosen, okay, I want to watch this bit of video, I want to listen to this bit of advice for the rest of my life. I can always find it. If someone likes it, they'll probably never see it again, in all honesty. But if they save that, like Layla, you've had 2 people save it, they probably want to keep watching that video, they probably want to come back to it when they have gym anxiety. So stuff like that would be really useful, and then just filter to like most saved bit of content. On the metric, you'd see what are your best performing reels and what are the most valuable stuff. When I did this, I found like it was very counterintuitive. I would have thought like the most valuable, the most kind of like in-depth
Can I
video.
just get on the Wi-Fi? Do you know what the...
It's the what's the space called? Something
We
guest.
work something?
Should
We
be
work
okay.
guest.
We were guests.
Okay.
And yeah, like what I found is like I thought it'd be the most valuable, most in-depth videos, like a bit of advice, a bit of motivation, a bit of mindset stuff that was like super saved, most saved. Like I wonder what it'd be for like Ruben or like Tam.
Food.
Food. And so it's probably why like Sean Casey and like Barry and stuff do so well with it as well. It's like
It's
simple,
easy.
yeah. Simple to save, simple to cook. And once you have that, you can then pick out the ones that are the best performing ones out of those 2 or 3, and just boost it for Instagram. Just like be a bit of work in terms of finding the audience. You can boost it. You can put between £4 to £5 a day per post. I'll send over a spreadsheet in the group. But after this, you can just track how good the performance per reel is. Super simple. You can literally do that for the Instagram out. And remember to have like 2 to 3 posts running at any time, so you can compare, you see what works, what doesn't, to get followers. And then the last thing I'd say with all of this is like the biggest numbers I would look at tracking personally is like how much are you spending versus how much are you getting back. Like if you're spending like £4, if you're spending £4 a day, but you get 1 client for £200 a month within 2 weeks, really super profitable. So like cost per follower, like all of this stuff is important, but if you're getting a return for it, it's the most important thing in my opinion. So like it doesn't have to be perfect, but if you could track of that, it'd be good. And then you'd be on if you just track all of the data, like cost per follow, cost per like message per warm lead, cost per call offer, be really useful information to know. And then that's it. That's kind of the first bit I wanted to go for. Like I wanted to go for the boosted kind of thing quite quickly because it just depends on where you're at and when you need it. If you have things working, you're booking calls, it could be a very easy thing that you can just set up. And if anything, it might be a bit easier to get messages going and things flowing initially than just going like Louise mentioned, like messaging through hashtags, or maybe I think you kind of mentioned this recently, like messaging through hashtags and people that are not following you, they're already following you and they're liking the content from boosted or viral or organic. It's a much easier conversation to have, much easier to move people forward as well, because they've chosen to follow you, they've chosen to like content, to comment. It's a much easier conversation than going like super cold, in my opinion as well.
Would you review it after 3 to 4 days whether it's working or not, or if it is, obviously bump it up, and if not,
yeah, like 3 to 5 days, like review it. If you have 3 running at the same time, it's easier to go, okay, these 3, I'm boosting all these 3, I can go to the insights in each one and see the cost per follow and the cost of each one. Obviously, like if they all bring the same, like as long as you keep the audience for the ones that boost the same, it shouldn't bring in like a wide range of different audiences. They should all bring fairly similar audiences. So the ones that's the highest cost per follow, you'll probably get rid of them and then just keep the other ones running.
because they don't know about the ad manager one, like Angelique's mentioned that.
Yeah,
Because there's a lot more complex that was.
She's a wizard with it when it comes to it.
Yeah.
Like there's so much there like with the audience, you can do it for yourself as well, like the audience specific. You can split
I
test.
even did that as well, and only guys were popping up, and I went very specific. So I just turned it off.
Yeah. Like I find with the creative as well in the caption, you could like boost one that is like, you could literally do one which is like you saying like, hey, I'm Ruben, I help women do this, this and this, so if you want to get lots of value for free, why don't you follow the page? And you can literally either post it as a post and just hide it, so it's just a reel, not on the main feed. or you can even post it on Instagram so it doesn't show up on your main feed, and you can just use that to boost.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, so you can literally do one which is like, hey, I'm Simon, I help busy dads do this and this. Like with how good like the AI and algorithm is for boosting, it will still like pick up on the words and the captions, and it'll know who to boost it to, which is quite wild. Like I think what they want to do is simplify. Because the easier it is to actually run ads and boost content, the more people will probably spend on it as well. So you could literally test one which is like, hey, like a 30-second video, like, hey, I'm Ruben, I help mums achieve this, I post like content like this daily. If you want to get advice on this, why don't you follow the page or follow the page?
Just hide it.
Yeah, and hide it and
How
boost that.
How much does an ad cost then?
So it depends what you want to put in. But on average, spend like, it's in dollars as well, so about $4 to $5 a day.
A day.
A day.
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends. The more you put in, the more better. But it's better to test now to put $4 to $5. If it's going well, then obviously you increase it after 5 days. If it's not, then just turn it off.
Do you all use ads?
No. It's only needed when necessary. So if it,
So like me being new.
yeah, I would obviously focus on the areas first. Like for example, like you said, the content, like your sales first, and just getting yourself out and exposed,
Yeah.
rather than obviously like throwing money out for no reason.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do it anytime soon.
Okay.
Yeah, because then you can also like reinvest. Like when you get clients in, you can just reinvest a percentage of it from the ads, from the people you sign up
Yeah.
into the ads, so it's not actually like a cost all the time. I know Tampa does really well with the WhatsApp,
Yeah, it's alright.
the WhatsApp leads.
It's like a headache where if things aren't sorted out already, right? If things aren't running well already, it makes it even worse. Like Pamela said, but once things are going well, then start running ads. Because you've got the systems, you know what to do, you know how to onboard them. It works. It's just like, how can you put it? It's like a man taking steroids, but their training isn't on point.
Yeah.
If the training is on point, they're gonna get more results. But if they're not working out already, there's only so much the steroids are gonna do.
Mhm.
That's how I look at it, in all honesty. Yeah.
Did you guys want to go for anything else? Do you want to head over for?
Yeah, I wanna ask something.
Yeah.
You see with the boosted reels, how do you get that on Ads Manager? Well, sometimes it doesn't pop up, sometimes it does. Or is that just like a error on
What are you
Facebook?
looking at? Business Meta or actual ad manager?
Ads Manager.
I don't know yet. I'm still going through that part.
What data are you trying to pull? I think if the accounts are maybe not synced.
It's
Like the
synced,
same.
but it still doesn't come up for some reason. So let's say I'm boosting like a reel. I just can't see it on my Ads Manager. I can only see it on Instagram. I wanna track some data specifically. It's easier to do on Ads Manager, but I can't do on Instagram.
Have you tried like opening on your browser on a laptop?
Yeah, I've tried Chrome, but not any other browser. I'm not sure what the problem
I
is.
mean, what you could do, like, I know it shows much more data on the actual Instagram page.
Yeah,
like-
this is the one that I'm talking about. This one here.
Yeah.
Do you have the app on your phone?
Which one?
The Meta.
No, I don't.
You might be able to see it on that.
What, they got a Meta app?
Yeah. Apparently I did. I apparently had it already. Didn't even know about it. It's called Meta Ads.
Interesting. Okay. And you sync your Instagram to it?
Yeah, it should be connected already.
Gotcha.
So it might work.
But what you could also do is like just open Instagram on your laptop. Like just open like the Instagram app on Google on your laptop, and then go on like add tools on there. It'll show much more data on the actual Instagram. Like if you Google Instagram on like Safari or Chrome, it'll show much more data on there than it would on like on your phone as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So you could like pull that, to be fair, technically.
Yeah, gotcha. Ruben, is this the app? Meta Business Suite.
No.
Log in for me.
Are you still with your VA or?
No.
You,
Fantastic.
No.
I didn't like it, so it was just loads and loads of cold DMs and I liked it.
and it's like if you're not, I guess as well, like picking up afterwards, or if it's like the wrong people, it's a mess.
I didn't like it. So conversations are not going on.
You see auto IGM,
No,
like an extension.
like ManyChat.
I haven't set it up, I found it, and it was the guy who used to work for Steve built a CRM.
That's what I'm using right now. Literally.
Auto IGM.
Yeah, the CRM that he built.
Is it any good, Auto IGM?
And the one that Steve made, that's what I'm actually using right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the guy that built that put me onto it. He's a really nice guy. He was just like, I'm not gonna. Like, he was just like, yeah. He told me all like, but I haven't set it. I haven't had a chance to set it up.
Because when I was with them, they built it all for me.
That's just looks like FMS, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I think it's just
someone told me about it. It's basically
Steve's just white label.
yeah.
Most of the CRMs I think I've got a high level.
Yeah, go yeah.
So
Because I've got Propane's one is that. Like,
I'm like,
Propane's is called Pulse. That's what I use. It's exactly the same as that. You just go high level.
To be fair, I found like,
no, it's
I
not.
don't know how you guys.
Basically,
find it,
this is why I do my check-ins, my sales, all my.
CRMs are
So, you know, when you have someone booking
like
a call, you can use Calendly. I use this instead. So this way, all the information's all in one app.
So all I do is.
So
use
sometimes
the
when you have
I only use
type
the email.
form, when you've got Calendly, it's just too many apps for yourself.
Message within the app.
I just want something that's all in one system. So that's why.
Yeah, it's just so easy. I think just to
I
track
pay
some
only-
kind of leads and
or
track
back
warm
then,
leads and call off
I
and
paid
stuff, you can do it
£100 a month.
quite easily.
So that's for everything.
What do you use?
Because obviously with Calendly, it's like what,
I
20
just use
quid,
ManyChat. I
type
don't
forms,
need
like
email at all. But I
70.
just use ManyChat to enable leads.
what are your training apps for your
On there, you can
workouts?
Have you got any
I
on
use
this?
Trainrise. It's probably the best one I've seen so far.
Okay, I was going to go to Kunas because they run the same
I
as
just know like a lot of
I
people
trialed
don't
it
like
and
tools
it
like
just
call
didn't
in
get
and stuff
stuck
like
to
that.
train.
Oh, WhatsApp probably good to message.
It depends on what you want out of it.
How many
Like
do you want?
with the food side on Trainrise, it's you pay extra for the food side.
I did that for a few
Yeah.
I did it
months.
for a little while and
You hated it?
Yeah.
I think it's the best thing ever on my life.
really,
Like it saves me time, but it's a selling
No,
point.
so I sent you the recipe,
What's up?
a new recipe
I find it's a very
every
direct
day
approach.
anyway,
It's
and
like
then
it's
go
like
to
a
bed.
yes or a
Yeah,
no,
apple food with the
whereas in Instagram it's
so
quite
that's
conversation based. I don't know how
Because
people
for
they
me-
already get 30 new
WhatsApp, most
recipes
people
from
don't
every
respond
month,
if
plus
they're
I'm
not
already
interested.
going
They
through
are
them,
just
and they do the
respond.
meal prep, like I help them create meals for each week
Not
anyway,
too
so
much.
it's
And that's easy for you.
like
Yeah, if that's easy, because for me, like
because I
the
can
food's all
just
there.
literally do that spreadsheet on here, screenshot it, and that's what you've got. But then they're already getting through 30 new recipes. Plus, I'm already going through like when they're tracking their food. It's like, no, why don't you just add an extra 100 grams there, so I just and then it just brings the macros that way. So then it's more personalised to their actual. That
You
them
definitely on
recipes.
when I remember
It's
how
not-
you were.
It's a it just wasn't.
When's the last time you
realistic
checked
for
it?
Yeah, I think you must have been before.
Who was your coach?
No,
Okay.
it was definitely this year.
So it's
Since the
changed
beginning
now.
of the year.
Because you can actually add your own food as well, and you can change everything. Like
Oh,
before,
definitely that.
you can change the number of servings
It is
before,
impressive.
which was annoying, and it was all in
You've got to
cups,
admire what he's done.
which is an American thing.
Yeah.
But now you don't have to do that, so
Yeah, that's what it looked like before.
You seen what
you
he's
can
doing
still
recently?
swap it.
He's
So
going
can you
back to
buy
fitness
the
coaching,
one-off?
isn't he? Or like says he is.
No, it's monthly. Yeah.
Okay.
But now, obviously, you can add your own ones, and you can actually change the number of servings, which is easier. For me, I've noticed that it's easier because this way, for the client perspective,
Yeah.
like using MyFitnessPal, obviously it's long for them to track it. Whereas if they're eating this, they can literally just click a button and it's already automatically saves for you. So this way, data-wise, you know exactly what to expect.
Your clients are different. My clients always stick to it.
Yeah.
They try something different every day.
Oh yeah, but that's why you have the flexibility. You can
That's
actually
why I
swap it.
like
They have the choice.
They can swap it.
Yeah, they have the ability to swap it. So like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I don't know if they had it before, but
No, they could.
Does he not do
They
that?
could.
Just or why hasn't he done
Doesn't mean
mental?
that could swap it.
I don't know. Does he do
You
it?
can't change that.
they can swap it as well,
They
and
can.
and it can it stays within the calorie amount as well.
Do you know how much that is extra?
Does he still work for Steve?
So it depends on the client amount
Everyone
you've got.
Yeah.
works for
I think
Steve
it's
and
like
leaves,
an
don't
extra
they? It only lasts
£50.
about a year or two.
But it's for me, it just takes so much more time.
I think he's ruthless.
And like
isn't
this
he?
is a selling point for me because this way, like why like ladies, they don't have the time to make food, or they don't have time to find different recipes. They want the flexibility, but also the structure. So that's why we have different ones.
Pay them like 50 grand.
Work on ladies, mums,
Yeah.
pre and post,
And then
250. But it depends. Like that's my high ticket one all the time. But if someone can't afford it, then we'll find a middle ground. No, it will be just a lower price.
coach, yeah, Charlie, coach by Charlie.
So like for example, if they can afford 250 a month, I'll find out kind of what's actually affordable. If it's like 250, like 150. The only difference would be is that they'll probably just get every fortnight the weekly review, but everything else still say the exact same thing. If it was like, you know, they can only afford 100 quid, then they'll get access of the app, everything. Besides, they'll get a monthly review. They wouldn't get as much support. They wouldn't get the exclusive events, the photo shoots and stuff like that. So it all depends.
What do you do at the exclusive events?
So it's like this. So like, you know where there's it's not called Maggie's in Manor Royal. It's already closed down. So you know where Halfords is? Not Halfords. Rainbow Bar. Yeah. So behind it, there's like Ben Mark's photo shoots.
Yes.
So I do events there. Like, it's basically a meet up, do photo shoots. We do workouts, all that stuff, education side. So that's one location, but there's all locations. So it's all different, but everyone's different. I know one person called Clayton, he does like meet up where they just go for a walk. But it depends on what you want to do.
Things. I
Yeah.
went to Manchester for
On a
contact
weekly
making, and
weekly
then I
one-to-one
went
course.
for food, and then said, "Could you do after?"
And how long did you do with them?
And then
But
I
they
did.
all pay.
Yeah, they paid.
Um,
And
so
sometimes,
how-
and then we went for a meal another time.
It was the same
Another
to
time
pay
we
like
did a
£300 a
walk,
month.
we met for coffee. The next one's going to be on the 1st of February, but I don't know what to do this time.
Interesting, right?
It's guys, I've got
But then
guys
again,
and
it's
girls.
a personality. But when you're like that, right? People can
It
either
depends on what
love
they
you or
like
hate
doing
you, but
as
they
well.
always talk
But,
about it.
well, I want to
Yeah,
go
so
for
it's
a
not a
hike
bad
on
way to
Monday,
go.
so I'm in an event on the 31st, and we're in Manchester,
You
so I might
said
say
Adam
I'm
Haley.
going to come to Manchester.
I heard good things about
Why don't you do like an indoor arcade
I
thing?
don't know, like
Yeah,
I was
something.
literally doing like
Yeah, I was
I did
thinking
like a
of doing
few
that, 'cause
like
I've got one
one-to-one
place,
like
then you know,
like in a
When
college.
you
randomly
invite
where
them,
by
pay,
you,
is this
or you live in the
anything
same
you
town.
Yeah, it was in
It's different,
just
everyone's
everyone's
just
like there is going to be somewhere
worked in
where
the
I'd
same
actually
gym I-
do stuff like this, but I haven't done that yet.
Like
So I'm
everyone,
doing other
like,
stuff at the minute.
I think he did like
I
a
need to
long
see how
time
it
ago.
Have
So-
you moved to London?
So
Did
the
you
next
come
one
to
I do in
London
February
or-
will be something like
They
that,
just
and then
moved
the
to
one
Dubai.
after that
Yeah.
Went to Dubai, it was like the first mental there in Dubai.
It depends, like on
If you
as
look
you
them
as a
up on
coach.
companies'
Some
house,
people
like,
coach do pay for it,
does well.
everything.
I can
Some people
actually
don't.
use like,
I think I looked-
because I'm
I
a
think it was-
PT
it was 3
mentor,
million
I'm
a year.
PT mentor, I
But
can
on
actually
his
use,
last
like,
account,
some of the spaces
he
in the
does
gym where I can
smashes it.
house things, so I
And
might just
Steve's,
do
you
that.
can't really, Steve's is a bit
Get them to come
on
up
companies
there,
house, but I know it can be
so they
behind, and also he's in Dubai.
What would you
That's
like,
impressive that
use
happens to
teaching
get
as
to the-
That's the
that
most
you
I've
use
found
to
on a
save
company's house, is
It
that
depends
million,
on
just
what
3
you're
million.
looking for, just help you build a business. In PT.
It's impressive he's kept it very
Maybe teach
corporate
people
though,
how
like
to do stuff on
he's
Zoom.
kept it very corporate, it's not like everyone else are quite like back and forth, you know, like
I'm here because of my
going back and
content
forth,
crap,
having
and I have to
arguments
build a
with
business
people.
with
So
the
then
mindset,
acting
with the mindset.
Adam's
I
account
can do
that
it
people
easily, I
come
can train men
The last time I looked, yeah.
that I'm a teacher.
Do you think that's
But as soon as
sensible?
it's
You don't
that
think
I've
you'll
got
have moved
blockage
into
of
Dubai?
myself, I don't like my own personal stuff on Instagram.
Yeah, but you'd still,
He's my VA.
Unless he hasn't got residency there, yeah?
Plumber. That's how I know.
you'd still.
Yeah, I've known him for like years as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, it depends what you want to deliver when it comes to your
maybe
country.
makes more now, that was the
Everyone's
last
different.
that maybe is a
Like, you don't have to do
yeah,
that.
you file the UK
what you
account.
want.
So then when you get-
Yeah.
you close
And if
your
it is, then
off,
that's good.
qualify your
Like,
last
Yeah,
account.
I don't want to
Yeah.
be specific.
Have a look, I
It's
checked that
good
out
though, because I have loads of clients that come from the gym.
And then
Just look 'em up, Adam Haley,
And they
and
do
you'll
know
be able
each
to
other,
find
and they're
them.
like, oh, you go to so and so, now they meet at the same gym.
I
and
always
then
do.
it's like a few years and know each other. Like, "Oh, so-and-so,
Anyone who's
you
like
just
claiming
got a
like
boyfriend,
he
you
made
still do that?"
silly money out of looking up on companies house.
so like
Yeah,
it depends what you want to give.
It's a bit sketchy something.
Like
So-
Suk said, do.
Yeah, it's up to you.
And,
There's like I said, there's no right or wrong.
Well, I've got to build a online
Can't
coaching
really-
business first, haven't I?
Yeah, like you can start from scratch. You already got
You
systems
you only
already.
need 2 or 3,
Was
you
he
can just make
South
it small, go for
We
it,
don't-
and
we
then
don't
build it
start.
each time. Just start it, great growth. I didn't have money when I first started.
But I don't think
The first
obviously
one I
he was
had,
successful, but even when he claims that he made loads of money with his gyms, I don't think he did with his gyms, because that would be on, unless it was just all cash.
Yeah. That's the
What
thing, though,
systems do you have at the
most
moment?
people Say, like, there's a guy.
What things do you have like
so,
ready
like,
set up?
American people are like $100 million in sales, and it's like,
and type
how do you
thing.
quantify
Okay,
that? How do
that's
you
fine.
track it? Like, it's people that say that it's just like.
With
Yeah.
the type form link, do you manually send it off to them
I scheduled it.
on the actual app?
There was a guy the other day, he got me on a sales call, who
Send it on
was it?
WhatsApp.
Okay, so you can actually just do an automated message on Trainerize.
And he can really
So every
nice
Friday
guy,
or every Thursday, it just does it for you.
nice guy,
Does
but
it?
he's like-
Yeah. So it just saves you time.
I need to
His
get
sales
better
call
at
was
navigating
like
training.
terrible.
Sure,
Actually,
Sometimes
yeah,
do sales
I'm not
calls
very
to see what the sales
I only did that
haven't
recently because I
explored it
forgot.
enough.
I do it for like 2 months at a time.
And
If
then
you look
I
at this
just
thing,
send
you
it
have
to
a sales guy for
copy
fitness
of
market
Pinterest
agency, and if you look them up
recipes
on,
that
they
might
do
send
4 million a year. Like,
recipes to just
do
get them
really
in
well.
there
But
and-
he's their main sales guy, and his sales thing it was terrible. But maybe he was just, I don't know, he just wasn't having a good day.
then you say.
And then he messaged me the day
just
after.
go
He said, "This is
to
not a sales side. This is not sales." So he wanted £5,000 plus VAT
You go to calendar.
for a 6-month course.
Go to schedule.
He messaged me the day after and said, "I've had a word with Ben, who's the owner. We've decided to place it at £3,000 plus VAT." And I was like, and that just didn't sit well with me. I was just like, well, imagine if I'd paid.
Yeah, Ben's
Think so, yeah. So what they've done is they've obviously fitness marketing agency was just for gyms, and I've done really well. I've got friends of my own mind who went with them and have done really well and are still with them. They're now going into the online space for ads, and that's what caught me attention really. And I was like, right, I was obviously getting targeted by their ad, so I booked the call. They've just put this course out there. They haven't, I don't think, thought about it. It's quality, they've just made it. Unless that is literally their sales tactic, they try and sell it for £6,000
You don't want a course.
and then message it within 24 hours and go, it's £3,000 plus VAT. Like, come on. Even if I was going to buy, I wouldn't do it now because I've just lost loads of confidence in you. Like,
It's not bespoke though, is it? It's just basic course.
yeah.
It's nothing.
So I was just being curious of what they were actually offering, and it's just a Kajabi with your Zoom calls. Like, you don't hold your hand through it,
Well, it's
which
good,
is fair enough.
it's good to pay attention to that, to see how you're sold to. A lot of people don't pay attention. 'Cause if I buy it, I'm like, what did you do to make me buy it? Because I can use my own business. It's powerful.
This is probably when you don't know.
Did you follow
How do you
Russell
collect payments?
Brunson?
Yeah, I do a few of that. I use
Okay, like
Just lost.
Stripe as well.
I will eventually when
Reese talks about.
No, even now, it's easier.
I did it for as soon as I started.
Do you like
And then
Russell
you just
Brunson?
check in.
I know a little bit stuff, yeah.
Yeah, see how it's already scheduled.
Yeah, I like his psychology of sales.
The only reason why you better off
Did
doing
this
it now
course for
because
99 quid.
when you've got an
Like,
accountant, it's just better
just a
data
constant-
wise
He does it all the time.
because everything's all in the system.
It's quite an
Whereas
intensive
if you have it
course, I think
on your
it's
actual
about
personal account,
99
you have to try and find it, try and
Fully
get it
live.
wrong.
It's all live on Zoom. There's no recording. You have to make it in. If you want it, you have to turn up. It's a bit of a mad time as well because it's American based.
Because you already got it already, like
So
you're
midnight.
recurring people paying by
So
card.
for me, that's
online.
a really bad time.
So what you
because
could
pick
do
the kids
is
up at
essentially
3-4 o'clock.
is
So I was
set
like
up
juggling
a
the
Stripe
kids,
account
I was recording it
and
on Loom.
get their details.
Watching what
It's exacting
called and
things,
then
but
watching it back the
everything's
next
just
day
going to
on
go to
Loom.
that account and automatically it will send to your
But I thought it
personal
was
account.
really good,
That's
like,
what we'll do, or a
yeah.
business
What will
account.
happen
Worth
is,
99
I
quid.
used to be able to do
All
like
sales.
that, but then what will happen
It's just
is
how
with
to set a
those,
psychology
you've
of
got
sales, like
dates to pay,
I might buy
and
that.
you're catching
fear,
up on
emotion.
Yeah.
You know what? You can
this
have my
one, and then
Loom.
with Stripe, when they
I
miss
love
a
that.
payment, it will
I love
tell you or something like that.
There's a little bit of me on the first one. You can hear me in the
Just
background.
takes a
And then I go back to all those clients and say, I need you to pay on this
You
day.
see the Loom?
No,
No, but
they
you
can
can
use
just
that
send
same
them,
date still.
you can still do the same
Yeah,
day.
laptop online.
You just send them an invoice, they pay for it. Once they've paid for it,
Sometimes a
you've got
little
their
bit.
details, and you can
But
set
on the
up
first
December,
one,
it just comes out of the bank every month. Rather than
I'll give you
sending
WhatsApp
invoices
and
all
I'll
the
WhatsApp
time
to
as
you.
well.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot easier for you because there was a thing called Go Cardless. That's fucking channel. So Stripe's something else. It will
The
take
only
like,
thing with Stripe though is the percentage it takes
it's
out.
not that bad though. It's
7534745.
like they take like £4, £5 off. It's not bad. But yeah, but it's better at least that way data wise it's easier for you. That's how I think of it. And do you have a Monzo account?
Yeah,
It's a business one.
no.
Go for a business one.
Yeah, like just some of the calls.
I use mental for
I mean, honestly, I'm just like,
I think it's a more advanced one.
I got coached to do just percentage.
So basically, it's just connect. It's just like it's better to have your own business account and personal account, so this one doesn't interfere. And at least that way, you've got a place where to spend money on the business that's coming out as well.
No, you pay for your coaching through it, I pay for all my coaching through it.
Like coming in today. Did you pay? How'd you get it? Train.
By my business
Yeah,
card.
business card.
So she your sales
So
lady.
at least that because it,
Some of it,
any like even like when you do
like,
make
still
dinner
like
today
some of
will
the few are just quite
I'm
like.
with my client tonight, when I'm having dinner with my client after here, I will pay my business card.
because business Friday. And like when you move to your new place, do you have an accountant?
No.
Okay. I do have someone
to
who's
Bulgaria.
she's saving so much.
Is it,
She's like £100 a month. When the time is ready, have her. And essentially,
About 15%.
because where you live, you can claim that free tax as well. Not everything, but obviously electric bills.
Yeah.
Like I've redecorated my whole room, but because that's where I work, that comes into
He's
business as
massive in
well. So there's so many things you can claim. And she'll probably tell you eventually to change it from self-employed to limited company, because you'll be able to claim more, you'll be able to do a lot more. So, but this is all. I don't know.
Already with the business.
James Vogel.
Not James, but the other two, the big guys. Skill service.
Eventually, probably will want to.
Okay.
Josh.
Eventually, probably will want to, because it's going to give you more freedom, more flexibility.
I was thinking the same. I think the team he built, the people he built were really strong.
But what you could do is obviously offer the online thing. Some people will say no, and some people will say yes. But at the end of the day, it's what you want. At the end of the day, and
So have you done Elliot's courses or just know them or?
Just know them.
yeah, because on the Trainer Eyes app, you can do Zooms. You can schedule it as well.
So he plays in Bulgaria.
Yeah, so
That's what he's
And if you look at all, he's got loads of
I'm trying to
contacts
think.
in Bulgaria.
Do a full
So he's like obviously targeting the Bulgarian market.
for them.
He sells like the average equivalent. to
Yeah,
Bulgaria,
so
like-
as you can see, you can do a group class. That's up to 50 people. So, there's your option there as well.
$50.
Does everyone know in
Film
Bulgaria? Is he used?
No, I think
I know, what was it?
it'll,
I think
like
most, like 50,
back in
50.
lockdown, you probably had like videos with your clients.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
So at least that way, if you wanted to move
I don't know
online,
how well
it's
that would
better.
do, like a
But
low
that's the option as well.
offers that audience.
I can do it from comfort, just at
It's really caring, isn't it? And then it's
I
probably
think
just
I'm
a
sick
course
coach to them.
with the
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
I am. It's just getting it up.
Should we
Yeah.
shoot for some food or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All stuff's fine here, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, it is.
I didn't eat
No
it.
one's
I
gonna take
brought
it.
these
They've got
because I
cameras
was getting
everywhere.
weight like 11.
We good to leave? I don't wanna what you want to do. Oh, you leave it? Would you say leave it?
It should be fine to leave this.
Speaking about earlier, you said about you don't like talking to people, like you like rejection.
I'm not talking about rejection, it's a bit like,
I don't know if I say
It- I got to do it.
you know what I mean? But it's a bit boring, you know?
What's her name? So good scenario had